It's Lando Norris. Hello.
Norris, hello.
Dude, a great race for you. Those early laps, absolutely punching. Was fifth realistically the best you could have hoped for today, or was there a little...
What does it look like?
Was there a little bit that was like, I could have gone a bit...
No, fifth was the best. I think the end of the race we seemed a bit better on pace when it cooled down and everything. Just lower fuel, you know. I was 200 off Hamilton yesterday, 2/10 off pole, and now it feels like I'm 2 seconds a lap off comparing to those guys. So it's just when you have all that fuel in, cars more on the limit. We get away with it in quali, but you get to the race with these temperatures and the tyre deg and the car performance just separates a lot. So yeah, I would love if we could be a bit closer and say, you know, maybe if we did this, we could have been fourth or we could have been third, but they were too far ahead today. So hopefully we can magic something up and be a bit better next week. But yeah, we're a long way behind there, so we've got some work to do. Hello fans, I literally just finished like 20 minutes ago, but anyway, yeah, good day for us, P5, I'm happy. I think a bit of action, some fun at the start, getting mixed in with the Mercedes and Red Bull guys, but we didn't quite have enough pace to stick with it or continue it for any longer, so yeah, I'm happy, good points for me, good points for us as a team. Just unlucky with Daniel's engine problems that he was having, so I think we could have had a double points finish, which would have been lovely. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have the most fun race, but I'm sure it was better to watch on TV and see some of the other battles and things. So yeah, not a lot to say. Thanks for your support as always, and a lot of fans are back next week. So if you're one of them, see you soon, and see you in a few days.
So on Friday, you said you could get polled.
Told you everything, didn't I?
You did. This morning you were like, no top three.
Oh, that's true.
And then here you are, top three. You must be delighted.
Yeah, yeah. Don't know what to say. Like, I didn't think we were expecting to maybe be as quick as today. We knew we made progress and we were quicker yesterday, and that was evidence that we had made progress and the car was performing better and so on. Yeah, today I think we had a bit more expectation than last weekend. We thought we could definitely do a bit better, and I mean, I said before the race that there's potential to be racing them for a bit longer and a bit further into the race. Yeah, the car was really good to drive, like a big step forward from last weekend, and it shows how much of a difference it can make just in the car performing the way you want it to, and to have that confidence to lean on the rear tyres and so on. And you can go from ending up 30 seconds behind to racing with these guys, and I know Max was completely on a different circuit today, but to race with Lewis and to race with Valtteri just on pure pace and to beat one of them because we were ahead, or to beat one Red Bull, one Mercedes, and I mean, I would have said we had the pace to quite easily beat Valtteri today. It's a good sign, but yeah, I just would have loved to have been P2 as well.
Hello everyone, this is the Casual Fan. Now, Lando Norris has been the driver of the 2021 season so far, and the Austrian Grand Prix this weekend, he took this performance to the next level by beating both the Mercedes in qualifying and then ultimately picking up yet another podium for the team. In a McLaren that is at best the third fastest car on the grid, Norris was able to keep both the Mercedes at bay and in the end helped McLaren stretched the lead in the constructors' standings this weekend. However, more importantly though, he did this on a weekend when there were fans in attendance and all of them seemed to cheer whatever the young McLaren driver was doing on the track. And ultimately it did raise the question whether in Lando Norris are we looking at the next Formula One superstar. Now, ever since his debut with McLaren 2 years ago, Lando has shown signs of brilliance. There used to be an odd, brilliant performance here and there for the young McLaren driver, but what he lacked more often than not was the consistency to perform at the same level week in, week out. And that was why his teammate Carlos Sainz had the upper hand on Lando during their time as teammates. This year, however, Lando seems to have finally solved the puzzle, as every week He's driving at a very high level and the results are there for all to see. He's already scored multiple podiums, is 4th in the standings, ahead of Valtteri Bottas of Mercedes, and at least in my view, alongside Max Verstappen, he has been the best driver on the grid this season. Last year, when it was announced that Daniel Ricciardo was moving to McLaren from Renault, then everyone expected the Australian to assume the role of the team leader at McLaren, and Norris would get the opportunity to learn under the Australian's tutelage. Fast forward to this season, and with 9 races completed, Daniel Ricciardo has just 40 points to his name as compared to 101 points in the bag for Lando Norris. Norris has beaten Ricciardo in all but one race this season. And if you look at how highly Daniel Ricciardo is rated up and down the grid, the kind of performance Norris has been able to put together against the Australian is quite shocking. Now, even though initially it seemed that Ricciardo was arguably struggling to make the most of the car at his disposal because he was still getting used to the car, and once that is done, he would be able to close the gap to Norris. It's now becoming more and more evident that Lando Norris seems to have leveled up considerably, and Ricciardo would find it hard to compete and beat his teammate. This weekend, arguably one of the biggest surprises was the post-qualifying interview where Lando Norris arguably got the biggest cheers alongside Max Verstappen, and it is starting to become more and more evident that Norris during the pandemic has seen his popularity rise tremendously. He's very young at just 21, he's funny, he knows how to handle media and even make them dance to his tunes. But more importantly, he has turned a corner when it comes to his racing. With Lewis Hamilton perhaps in the twilight of his career, Lando Norris might just be the next big hope from that part of the world, and they do seem excited about his prospects. He seems to have cemented his spot as the team leader at McLaren, and that will go a long way in establishing himself in the sport. Right now, Norris is at McLaren for the next few years, and in the last few years, his rise to the front of the grid has coincided with McLaren's rise as well. If both the team and the driver are able to continue on this tangent, then we might be looking at the birth of the next superstar in Formula 1. So these are my views. What do you guys think? Drop in your views in the comment section and please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.